boiling the frog. I do love frogs. If you were to put a frog into a pot, it's got lukewarm water in it, that frog will enjoy itself. It will find that lukewarm water very comfortable and pleasing. Initially, you'll think it's a bit strange because the water he's used to isn't so lukewarm, but it becomes very used to it very quickly. Now, if you were to turn the heat up on that pot of lukewarm water ever so slightly, he or she probably notice the change slightly. They'll become used to it very quickly. Turn it up a little bit more, again, a little bit of a change. But I'm blissful here, says the frog, swimming gracefully in the pot. Let's turn the water up to the point where it's simmering. Oh, that's a little bit of a change. Hey, don't mind this. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Now let's turn the simmering water up to boiling point. Frog goes, sick of that simmering water anyway. Starting to cool down. This is a little bit different, but becoming used to it. Becoming very used to this now. Loving it. Oh yes. Doing a backward swim. Really getting into the boiling water. Eventually, that frog dies. It boils to death. If you were to put the same frog into a pot of already boiling water, that frog's going to use its instinct and its experiences from the past and realise, I'm not going in there. Oh, yes I am. And it'll jump out straight away because it'll know, because of its experiences, that danger lurks in that water and it could be deadly. So, boom, straight out. I like to use the boiling frog analogy when it comes to all cults. I'm going to speak of one in particular, the Jehovah's Witness cult, which I was a member of. As an example, Jehovah's Witness knocks on the door of somebody, that somebody opens the door, lets them in, has a chit-chat, feels, I'm interested, I'm curious, we want to know about God and shit. And by the time the Jehovah's Witness leaves his house, he's feeling quite good about letting him in and having that chat. Now, of course, Jehovah's Witness is a properly brainwashed one. He'll make sure that that person who showed a little bit of interest becomes a return visit. Next time the Jehovah's Witness knocks on that person's door, the person, newly interested one, answers the door and once again lets him in. This time the Jehovah's Witness suggests to the newly interested one that he continues to come back and why not make it a regular Bible study and commit to studying the Bible and its aids once every week. The newly interested one thinks, okay, once a week I'll go to basketball on Monday, I'll take the kids to netball on Tuesday, Wednesday I work late. Look, Thursday. Nothing on Thursday night. Why don't we do it then? So, newly interested one continues to study with this person, this cult member, once every week. And starts to sort of feel comfortable in that routine. Then the Jehovah's Witness suggests that he attend one of the meetings at the Kingdom Hall and see what the Jehovah's Witnesses are all about, because this newly interested one has heard some things about this cult that he's not really comfortable with. So, perfect. The Jehovah's Witness cult member says, come to a meeting, we'll prove to you that we are the truth and the only true religion. Never really done anything like that before, go to church, but yeah, look, okay, I'll do it. Gets to the Kingdom Hall, feels a little bit awkward, a little bit uncomfortable, but before too long, with all the love bombing he's receiving, he starts to feel quite happy and special. By the end of the meeting, he's so glad that he attended it. So he continues to go to these meetings on an irregular basis. Now that he's studying once a week and attending meetings, the cult member, suggests to him, why don't you come out from door to door witnessing with us? Ha 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 ha. I'm interested in God and the Bible and you guys and all that, but one thing I've always said to myself from the moment you came into my house was, I will never go witnessing from door to door. That's just not me. I'm not a good public speaker. I don't have the confidence. So he goes out witnessing, although he feels quite awkward and uncomfortable about the whole situation. But he's in the good hands of the cult member, who encourages him to just stand there at the door and occasionally nod his head. At the end of the 2-hour ministry from door to door, the newly interested one says, what was I so worried about? That was easy. Now that the newly interested one is having regular Bible studies, attending the meetings, and occasionally going from door to door, the cult member suggests to him, why don't you consider baptism? Baptism is the only way that you'll get into God's kingdom, which they believe is a paradise here on earth, with panda bears and bushstroke. You can jump off cliffs and not die. The fruit's going to be really big. That's a commitment, thinks the newly interested one. Let's have a look at these questions you want to ask me from this book. Before long, the newly interested one walks up the steps at the district convention and into the boiling water, the baptism pool. He's now a baptized cult member. And for some reason, the love bombing at the meetings has stopped. He's just another Jehovah's Witness drone, and he boils to death. Let's wind it right back to the first time the Jehovah's Witness cult member knocks on the door of the newly interested one. This time, the cult member says, hi, da-da-da-da-da, love your garden, all great, you're fantastic, love your neighbourhood, you must be a good person. Newly interested one lets him in, but this time the Jehovah's Witness cult member says, I want to ask you some questions from this baptism book, and I would like you to commit to the Watchtower Bible and Tract Society and join us as a cult member. How does that sound? The newly interested one picks the Jehovah's Witness up and throws him out the door. They can't do that. Jehovah's Witnesses need to start off very softly, very slow. Don't bore to death.